lecture is going to look at Obsessive Compulsive Disorder, which is shortly known as OCD. To explain us about Obsessive Compulsive Disorder, and also to enlighten us about its various aspects, the causes, the symptoms, and also to explain to us a few cases, today we have Dr. Moeen. Please put your hands together. Thank you so much for joining us today. And before we proceed with this show, I'd like to throw this question to all of you. What are your ideas about OCD? Like when you hear the term obsessive compulsive disorder, what was the first thing that came to your head? Can I have a few answers? Yeah.
Someone is like excessively obsessed with something. Like,
yeah, like, you know what I used to think? I used to think that my mom was obsessively, like really madly obsessed with time. That's the first thing that came to my head when I spoke about OCD. Is it something related like that?
yeah.
Yeah? Anyone else?
I think of someone who does strange behaviors over and over again.
Yeah, repetitively.
Like rituals.
Yeah. Has there been any funny instance where you actually thought something is obsessive compulsive disorder? Like,
yeah, when I turn the mouse wheel on the computer, I have to hear that click, otherwise I'll just keep turning the mouse wheel on and on until I hear that click.
so you're like, you thought that was OCD?
Yeah.
Any more instances?
What about having to clean your room before you start studying, for example? Like, I can't start studying or working until everything's in its place.
Okay. We'd ask about all that to the doctor until we have everyone's answers. I know that I had an obsession with talking, you know. I cannot stop talking. I have to go on and on and on and on. And even though the other person might pass out, I still have to go on and on and on. I think that's an obsession because the doctor, you've heard all of us, right? So, which one of you think, do you think we come close to OCD?
Very close to OCD, especially the starting, the middle, and the end. It's like starting is right. There are two parts of OCD. The first part is obsession. It's when you're obsessed to do something.
Just before that, like out of the instances we heard, is there anyone who's close to OCD? Like,
yeah, all of them.
All of them, even the mouse click.
The mouse is just an obsession, but not the OCD.
Okay.
The definition, right? Yes. Well, Lily over there had said that obsession is something repeatedly that comes to your head. Like when a person has a really strong image that comes to his head again and again, that's part of the OCD, but that's the obsession part. Well, the OCD has a counterpart of it, it's the compulsion, which is exactly what they had said so. Well, in the compulsion, it's a voluntary act which you have to perform just to make sure that your anxiety of your obsession is taken care of. But then, the more you do it, the more it happens, and the more urge happens that you need to do it again and again. That makes it a ritual.
Okay,
that's the main definition of OCD.
So it has two parts, basically. You have an obsession part where you're obsessed and the thought is there in your head, like you're obsessed with the thought. And the compulsion is the act you do because of the thought, right?
For example, there's a person who has a friend, but he doesn't have the urge to really, he doesn't really hate the friend, but he has this sudden inner urge to hurt him. Like, for example, stabbing. So that's part of the obsession. But then he would have a compulsion, like he might want to do something like something as silly as washing his hands again and again, which is completely unrelated, but it's voluntary. And if any one of us sees it, it's something really voluntary, but he needs to do it to urge his anxiety, to any anxiety.
Basically, OCD has two parts, obsessions and then compulsions. Okay, like, so going ahead with it, what kind of, like, can you say, like, there are causes, like, what kind of causes, why does OCD happen? Why does this thoughts come and why do we act like that? Okay, let me put it out to you guys. Do you guys want to play this guessing game of, I said the guessing game, but do you want to play it, like guess a few causes?
Yes. Could it be because of neurological damage?
Could it be because of neurological damage?
I actually do not know about that.
Doctor!
Okay, sorry for that.
Sorry about that.
Stop the tape. Listen, the correct way of dealing with that, say yes, perhaps it may have something to do with that, but
70%.
This is the doctor's first year and he's really honest.
Round of applause for the doctor.
Okay, doctor, you tell us what do you think are the symptoms of OCD?
Can I ask the question first?
Yeah.
Does it have to do, for example, let's say you have a bad incident or some kind of past experience.
what if that clicks in and for some reason you develop some sort of obsession? Is that one?
that could be possible. If, like if a person is usually scared of a burglar,
Yeah.
or someone who's scared of being electrocuted while in the shower.
Yeah.
So by hearing about news of that sort, a person might do certain acts like check the water meter every single time before going to a shower, and that might cause it. And then there's some other parts, like there might be a small heredity influence in it. Like if a parent has it, there is a slight chance that if a parent has a trait, there's a slight chance that this child might develop it too. So it's, in twins, it's about 50% identical twins, the chance to have OCD. And then statistics vary sort of.
So basically OCD can be passed down from parents.
Can be, but it's not necessarily.
The same.
Not the same, but similar.
You can have a different type.
Yeah.
So genetically, it's possible.
possible.
Genes is probably one of the factors causing OCD. So what are the other factors, Doctor? Can you brief us on it?
Well, these two are the mainly common ones. Then there are other ones like what do you call when other aspects included, like as she said, events, and then heredity, and then there's psychodynamic, where all other problems that are included in the person's life affect him.
Like a reflection of
Yeah,
your problems in
reflection.
your life. Okay.
These three are the main ones.
These three are the main causes for OCD. Okay, so now as we've heard all this, I think it's time for us to invite two of Dr. Moeen's patients today on our show. So before I invite them, I'd like to show a small introductory video of both. And both of them have been patients of Dr. Moeen who have been treated by him. And the first patient we have today is Mr. Walter Zen. And he has been a patient with OCD who was successfully treated. And today I think he's much better off than what he was before.